Um, this week's topic is childhood, so I'm gonna be talking about that. Sorry, my video is kind of late. It's 10 o'clock or so, but I was doing schoolwork all day, so I figured that's a good enough excuse. um, let's see. When I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of friends. My first friend ever was a girl named Danielle, and she we fought all the time about everything and anything. I think we were only friends because neither of us could find any other friends, really. But we fought about everything, and eventually it just got to be too much, and I stopped talking to her. I was friends with my next door neighbors. They were pretty cool. We had a lot of fun, but we were always kind of fighting with each other too. Probably because we hung out so much. We hung out like every single entire day. So when you see that much of one person, it's hard not to fight. And then my first real friend, like total best friend status, was a girl named Carson, and I love her. We had so much fun. We didn't fight much, but we like lived together sometimes because I would stay at her house for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I met her in second grade, and we were friends for a long, long time. And we didn't get to hang out a lot because we were always both busy, and our parents never wanted to drive to see each other and stuff. And my mom was kind of crappy to her mom, so our moms didn't really get along sometimes, so we didn't get to see each other. But we were really good friends. We dorked out about Harry Potter and stuff. Went to the bookstore at midnight to buy the new books coming out, and then waited in line for hours, went to Walmart, and found the books for a lot cheaper anyway. So, we had tons of fun. I miss her. She moved away, but we still talk sometimes. Then, once I was in still in elementary school, there was this girl that, oh my god, she drove me insane. I just wanted to punch her in the face all the time. And I think she felt the same way about me. We couldn't stand each other. We were always just like, rah! She was so annoying. And then one day we were talking to each other, probably arguing over something, or I don't know how it happened, but we found out that we lived on the same street, and like from that moment we just kind of clicked, and it was like, hey, we live near each other, let's be buddies. And since then we've been friends. I still hang out with her, not much, unfortunately. I don't hang out with anyone anymore, but she's a really cool person. I don't remember why we hated each other so much, because she's really cool, but we had fun. Then on my first day of middle school, I met my best friend, Madison, who is a psycho. We were both lost, and one of us was like, hey, I'm lost, do you know where we're supposed to go? And then the other one was like, I don't know, let's be lost together. So we were, and we've been friends ever since then. She comes over here and tears up my house and stays the weekend, and we don't get much done in the means of work. We're always like, okay, we're gonna clean and do homework and cook, and we end up being lazy and making a wreck of the kitchen. But she's my buddy, and so I had a lot, after I hit middle school, I made quite a few more friends, and then in high school I made a lot of friends. And now I just have so many friends that I don't even really know any of them. But I don't hang out with anybody, which is lame. I probably should. But when I was a little person, those are my only friends. My family, I have a mom, a dad, and a sister. My sister is totally awesome. I used to be really mean to her. Once for like, I think it was Christmas or something, we had a fireplace, and I hit her over the head with a fireplace log just because I was bored and I wanted to see what would happen. And I ran away giggling, and she was rolling on the floor, probably crying, and I was really mean to her. But we get along really well now. I miss her. She moved too. Everyone's moving away. My mom sucks. She sucks a lot. She's really lame. She drinks a lot. I don't like her. I've never really gotten along with her. She's kind of psycho. Yeah. I kind of feel gypped in the mom section. I feel that I could have had a better mother. But, if anything, now if I ever have a kid, I know how not to raise a child. Um, and my dad is the most awesome dad in the entire world. I love him to pieces. I live with him. He's awesome. He's so nice, and he's one of those grown-ups that tries to make jokes and they're just not funny, but it's so funny to watch him try to be cool, I guess. He came home one day and just like started telling me blonde jokes that he heard on the radio, and they were all really, really, really lame, but it was hilarious. That was my ferret coughing. I don't know if you heard that. Let's see. My mom kicked me out when I was 12, I want to say. And there was lots of screaming and yelling. It was, she was drunk, and I was not listening to her because she had repeated herself like 6 times, and I didn't want to hear it anymore. So I just put my music player in, and I was listening to my new CD. And she got mad, so she smashed my CD player and screamed at me a lot. And she's like, "If you hate me so much, then go live with your dad." And I was like, "Okay, sweet." It was a little bit more dramatic than that. And, so then I grabbed my dog and grabbed a couple of grocery bags full of my stuff and went and lived with my dad. And I've lived here ever since. And I talk to my mom, like, once or twice a year, I guess. Oh well, whatever. She's lame. Now I have a really good life. My childhood, I don't remember a lot of it just because a lot of it sucked so much I tried not to remember it. But I think overall my childhood wasn't that horrible. I had a lot of fun. I spent all my time outside. I climbed trees and went exploring in the forest and went to I was a Boy Scout, kind of. Don't ask how. I had a cousin that was in the Boy Scouts, so I always kind of like weaseled my way in there. And once I rolled in, we were playing hide and seek, and I rolled in this plant called pepper hedge, then I found out that I'm like insanely allergic to it. So I was always getting in trouble. I'd come home like every day covered in bruises and scratches and pepper hedge and poison ivy, and it was crazy. My friends and I used to go in my backyard, and we loved anime. There's this anime called Inuyasha, and he has this big sword, and he's like, rah! So we used to take machetes, and then we'd throw grapefruits and oranges at each other, because I had an orange tree and a grapefruit tree, and one of us would throw them, and the other one would hold the sword, or the machete, and try to chop them in half. We'd fight with machetes, and I made swords out of palm frond sticks, and it was a lot of fun. So, I guess I had a good childhood. Good memories and bad memories and stuff, but I think it turned out alright, and I think I turned out as an okay kid for having a childhood. I have my problems. I'm sure it could have been better, but I think it turned out pretty well. Like Monday said in her video, life does get better. A lot of times as a kid, you're like, my life sucks so much. My parents grounded me because I got an F on my test, and my friends don't talk to me, and everything sucks, and everyone else has a cell phone, but I don't. There's a lot of worse things out there, and when you grow up, you look back and you're like, hey, my life wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And even if it was, you look back and say, hey, I survived that, and now I'm stronger for it. So, if you're a kid and your childhood sucks, don't worry about it. It'll get better. Just keep up the good spirits and tell yourself it'll get better, because it will. So, that's about it for my childhood. Next week's video should be interesting. It's coming out, I think, or how we came out of the closet. If closet's not. That should be fun. So I will see you next week, hopefully a little earlier in the day. I hopefully will get this video up before midnight, but knowing how YouTube likes to upload my videos super fast, I can't promise that. So, happy Thursday night. Hope Friday's cool. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week.